This is the design guide for the Size Adjustable Expander Left ad. We'll start by previewing this ad unit. And as you'll notice, it starts out as a 300 by 250 ad, which expands into a 500 by 600 area in this sample. And when we close the ad, it goes back to its original position. Now, the thing to remember about the size adjustable expanders are, that's exactly what they are, size adjustable. So in this instance, while it's starting out as a 300 by 250 unit, you can set this to be anything you want. It could be 160 by 600 as a collapsed area. It could be 100 by 100 pixels or 50 by 500 pixels. Doesn't matter. The thing to remember is the functionality of this ad is simply is that it expands out to the left and down into whatever opened square or rectangle you set, and then back to the original position. So now we'll go ahead and add it to our library and go through the editing options. Click on Edit, and this takes us into our ad builder. From a text standpoint, there's not a lot to configure here. What do you want to name the open and close buttons? You set those here in step 1. Moving down to step 5 settings, we'll go through the different configuration options. Collapse speed, how fast do you want it to collapse? Expand speed, how fast do you want it to expand? How many seconds do you want it to take to do that? Would you like it to automatically expand on initial render? Yes or no? If you set yes here, the ad's going to automatically drop a cookie onto the user's browser. By setting yes, you can now in the next option say, would you like to limit the amount of times it auto expands to once every, for instance, 24 hours per visitor. So what that means is the first time a visitor visits the page where this ad's running, it'll automatically expand. It'll drop a cookie, and if they revisit that page again anytime within the next 24 hours, the ad will not automatically expand. They will need to manually open the ad themselves or close it. Once 24 hours passes and they revisit that page, it will automatically expand a second time, drop a new cookie, and the same process starts over again. Next step is, would you like the the auto expand to delay, meaning when the user first comes to the page, would you like to wait 5 seconds before it automatically does the expand? If you put that delay in there, that can oftentimes be a little bit more impactful than having the ad load along with everything else on the page. Would you like it to automatically collapse after it auto expands? Yes or no? And if so, what would you like that delay to be? Maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, it automatically collapses. Up to you. You can set that as yes or no. Would you like it to automatically expand on mouse over of the collapse state, meaning when the user rolls over the collapse state, the ad automatically opens without clicking the open button? And likewise, would you like it to collapse when they roll off of it as opposed to clicking the close button? Collapsed width and height. The next 4 settings are how big do you want this ad to be. So let's say we already wanted it to be 100 pixels wide. You'll notice when we preview this ad, it sits back to the 100 pixel wide and 300 pixels tall. Now again, this can be anything you want. And remembering here, when you're previewing within the builder here, don't worry about it. It's automatically, because of the functionality, going to justify over to the left-hand side. But you'll notice when you open it, it starts on the right and goes to the left. So when you deploy this on your page, it will start out in the left-hand position. It's just a function of how the preview works here, that after it collapses, it shoves it over to the left. Not something to worry about. Again, expanded height and width, anything you want here up to 1000 by 1000 pixels. Would you like to use an image or SWF file as the collapsed image or SWF? You type that in here. Same thing for expanded state. Would you like to use an image or an SWF file? You'd type in SWF if you wanted to switch that. And you'll notice here in step 2 media, the first 2 options are for images. And if you scroll down to the bottom, the last 2 options are for animations, SWF. So if you want to use an SWF for either, you just upload that here and reference which one you want to use here in the settings. Finally, do you want to move the open and close button to the bottom when expanded? Yes or no? That'll shove it down to the bottom. Use custom images for close button? Yes or no? If you type yes here, you can come back to the media and you'll notice there's 3 options in the middle for uploading a close button: up image, over image, and down image. What that means is, for instance, this preview button is currently in the up state. When I roll over it, it is an over state. And when I click on it, there's a down state. So those are 3 separate images you can upload if you want to make it custom. And then finally, close button location on the left-hand side of the opened box or the right-hand side. So that's it for the preview and design guide. If you have any questions, as always, call us at 866-467-2289.